It's really been months, but I feel like it's been years since I've been back on the Big Fight Field channel with my good friend Cameron Johnson. Cam, we're back tonight. He's on audio. Um, we're gonna talk AEW Dynamite from Cincinnati tonight. Cam, what's up, my friend? How is life? And it's good to hear from you, man. I'm really happy to be back on here on Wednesday nights with you.
What's going on? What's going on? They're going with you. Oh, hold on. What the? I'm echoing like crazy.
Yeah,
Hold
you.
on a second. Come back to me later. Let me put some headphones in.
Yeah, I got you. You're chopping up a little bit, so let Cam get that fixed anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, this is your AEW Dynamite review. Um, Football season is over. The Miami Dolphins are behind us. So we're back to doing wrestling content here on the Big Fight Field channel. Gonna include Raw and SmackDown for this year as well. So we will be doing a lot of wrestling content here on the Big Fight Field channel. We'll be doing Raw on Mondays, AEW on Wednesdays, and SmackDown on Fridays. Tonight we had Dynamite live from Cincinnati. I thought there was some good stuff on the show. I also thought there was stuff that I didn't like that I will give my criticism for. Um, I thought it was a solid show. Maximum Carnage. There's some good stuff on the show. You had Powerhouse Hobbs and John Moxley in the main event for the AEW World Championship, which I thought was a really good match. They protected Powerhouse Hobbs at the end of the match, in my opinion, made him look good coming out of it. I just thought the ending post match was stupid, but I'll give my criticism on that. Kenny Omega's back. It's good to see him. And we have so much other stuff. We have Tony Storm and Mariah May. It seems like they're reuniting their rivalry. Let's see if we have Cam on the other side. Cam, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, let's go, man. All right. AEW, Cincinnati. What was your thoughts?
This show bored me to tears. I'm not going. This show. Outside of Kenny Omega and Brian Cage, just the best thing on the entire show. This show bored me to tears. I'm not going. This show. I was not a big fan of this show. Moxley and Hobbs was great though. Moxley and Hobbs was great though. And I have not been a fan of this Death Rider shit. But Moxley and Hobbs is really great. Well, Moxley and Hobbs is great. Outside of that, this show put me.
Oh my God. I'm right with you there too. Um, I love the Death Riders faction. I love Moxley. I love Claudio. Pac is awesome. Um, but something about this is not clicking. It's not connecting with the fans. People don't care. Um, their opponents who they're going up against, like in their rivalries, like when they were fighting Jay White and Orange Cassidy and Hangman, um, it was just um, it was just you they never had a chance uh, against Moxley because it just felt way too predictable. This storyline, it just feels like such a like I don't want to say a waste of time, but I kind of feel like we know what the end conclusion should be. But it feels like they need to pivot away from that now if Darby Allin's going to be off of television.
They
Um,
they they do. Please pivot. Pivot away from this, please. I'm begging you.
that's
Look here. They cannot continue with this Death Rider shit going into all in. They cannot. They cannot. I'm sorry. This shit cannot last. This shit should not last past Evolution. Get this fuck. I'm sorry to piss you off, Chelsea, but this shit should not last past fucking Revolution. But
you're not
it's
pissing
been
me off.
bad. Sorry. It's been bad. It's been bad. Like this. This Death Rider stuff has just been bad. It is. I never thought John Moxley would have go off my television. Because Moxley's always going to face him on the Shield. He has to get off my television. Like genuinely. I can give two fucks about what he's doing. They please they need to get that championship off John Moxley for the fucking better. Because I'm tired of this shit.
And you know what the bad part about it is, dude? It sucks because it's not Mox's fault. It's not. It's the people. It's the man in the back booking it. It's not even.
I know this might be John Moxley's fault because according to reports, the storyline is basically whatever Moxley wants to do and Tony Khan gets signs off on it. Like Moxley has like a lot of like power over the storyline, so it might be his fault. But this
That's
shit is
that's wild if that's the case. That's fucking wild. So, all right, let's dive into it. So, we started off tonight. I guess a good thing about AEW is Kenny Omega's back. That's a positive, I guess. Kenny Omega's back. Everybody loves Kenny Omega. He took on Brian Cage tonight. Brian Cage in 2025, man. I mean, he can put on good matches, but he ain't getting no push. He ain't no way getting.
He's got that Captain America beard. That's what he has. He's got the Captain America beard now. Oh god.
Hey, it don't look terrible. So, but this was a dream match for Brian Cage. Um, ever since he got into AEW, he said last week on Twitter that that this is a dream match for him, and this is what he signed at AEW for, is a match with Kenny Omega, and um, Kenny Omega won, of course, with the One Winged Angel. By the way, this venue tonight, they had about 15,000 in it because they had the upper deck closed off. Unique vibe, I guess. It's way better than them going to an NBA or an NHL arena that's um that's half empty and only camera side and the other sections in the 100 level filled. Um, do you think AEW needs to continue running shorter arenas before we get to?
Yes, 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 yes. Continue to run shorter arenas like this, please. Continue to run shorter arenas like this, please. Crowd feels so much more. Crowd feels so much more better, so much more energized running a show like this. I would much rather them run a show where even if you have like 500 people in there, I'd much rather them run that type of audience where the people are there and they're actually invested and they care about what's going on. They're running a 14,000 seat arena where nobody gives a fuck about what's going on, and it's just the building's so tarped off you can barely hear the crowd. So this is what we need right here. We need more shit like that. This is what we need. We need more shit like this, and they need to keep it up. I went to Collision January 4th, and that arena for the Bojangles Coliseum was great. And the Bojangles Coliseum is a very small venue, but that arena was great. That arena was great. Please continue to run arenas like this. Please continue to run shorter arenas, small arenas like this. Please, please. If you save the big arenas for pay-per-views, the big arenas should only be for pay-per-views. Save the small arenas for television.
Yeah,
Just let them run.
I remember watching a Dynamite, and I think it was in October, and they were running an NBA-sized arena. I think it was towards the end of October, and it felt so deflating watching on television. And it felt like a good show, but I'm like, geez, there's absolutely no energy in the arena that they're in tonight at all. So tonight, where they were in, it was unique. They need to do more of that. But opening match, they gave Kenny a good reception, and Brian Cage got about 80% of the offense in this match. You think of the big moves that happened in this match: a power slam onto the announce table, a suplex back into the ring. Brian Cage power bombed him from the stage into the ring. Um, Basically, all the big moves that happened in this match, Brian Cage hit on Kenny Omega. So Brian Cage got about 80% of the moves in this match, and Kenny Omega was able to sneak away with the win at the end. So, I mean, the match was fine. Um, it's easing Kenny back into AEW TV. And it seems like they're setting up a big tag team match because Don Callis' family, they hit the ring and they attack Kenny. and now comes Will Ospreay, and now comes Takeshita, and we get a big beating from the Don Callis family. So it seems like we're heading to Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher against Kenny and Will Ospreay, which should be a great match, and I'm excited for it. But after that, let's get Kenny Omega away from the Don Callis family. That's what I say. Um, what's your thoughts on all this? The match, the post-match, everything that happened.
I thought Kenny and Brian Cage was good. I thought it was a good opener. I thought it was a good. I thought Kenny and Cage was good. I thought it was a good opener. I'm very happy to see Kenny Omega back. I'm very happy to see Kenny Omega back. Very happy to see him back. Good opener. That tag match. Omega and Osprey against Fletcher and Takeshita is going to change lives. That is going to be life changing right there. That is going to put some hair on some chest right there. That is going to put some hair on your chest right there. That is going to make you more like a man right there. Best believe something will be thrown in the air fryer. Tables will be jumped. Couches will be jumped on. Shirts will be off. Best believe all that good shit. When this match finally happens, so I cannot wait for it. But I'll be honest with you, after this shit with the Don Callis family is over for Kenny Omega, I would not have Kenny Omega wrestle any matches on Dynamite. I'm being completely honest. I would big matches. I would have Kenny Omega. Look, you want to do Kenny Omega in a big match on Dynamite on like a themed episode of Dynamite? Go ahead. But like a random
Yes.
episode of Dynamite, Kenny Omega should not be wrestling on those. I'm sorry, not at this point in his career. Kenny Omega, you have that man work pay-per-views only. You have him work pay-per-views only, and you treat that man like the attraction that he is, which is what he is. Kenny Omega is an attraction. And I'm not saying that in a negative way either. AEW, they need some attractions. They don't have Sting anymore. They need some attractions. Kenny Omega can easily be an attraction for you. Kenny Omega can easily be an attraction for you. So after this Don Callis family shit is over, Kenny Omega should not be wrestling any matches on free television.
Especially after the life scare that he went through with diverticulitis. He didn't wrestle at all last year, and he's just getting back into it right now. So it's definitely safe to say that he's in the back end of his career. He's definitely not in his prime anymore. He still got it, absolutely. Um, but you're right. He should only be saved for big themed dynamites. If they want him to wrestle those shows, that's fine. And pay-per-views. He can be there to cut promos, um, do angles, whatever. But at this point of his career, I don't think we can be risking injury to Kenny Omega and having him go through all that what he after the diverticulitis um, last year. So that's that. Seems like we're getting a tag team match: Omega and Ospreay versus Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Do you show love for the new Ricochet?
I've enjoyed heel Ricochet. I'm digging heel Ricochet. I'm digging him.
I
I'm digging heel. I'm digging heel Ricochet. It's been one of my favorite things on the show.
I love it, dude. We need something to sink our teeth in and actually be invested in wrestling, and this is one of them. I'm definitely, uh, I'm definitely curious about this. Ricochet came into AEW, and the more he was on TV in the fall, and folks, just because I wasn't doing AEW wrestling reviews doesn't mean I wasn't watching. I was watching the entire time. The AEW fans were not cheering Ricochet as a babyface. He was not getting over as a babyface. He needed a change. And I think this gimmick with him coming out with a suit and the gold glasses and the gold scissors, I think it's perfect for him. He looks like an evil doctor, in my opinion. And he came out. They were booing him. They were chanting Swerve's house. He didn't get off a word. And then the first word he said, um, Swerve's music hit, and Prince Nana hit him back in the head with it, in the back with the chair, and then Swerve comes out with the chain, and he chases Ricochet outside the building, and they announced 3 weeks, which, again, this is another thing with them running smaller venues, they need to keep doing that. They need to keep announcing matches weeks in advance. They cannot be going into, 3 days away from the show announcing the card. They can't do business like that. They need to announce matches weeks prior to it happening. That's what they did tonight. AEW announced that in 3 weeks we're getting Ricochet versus Swerve on television on Dynamite. I'm all right with it. This segment didn't really do much with me, but I love this new heel gimmick for Ricochet. I think it could go somewhere. And honestly, dude, I think he should go over on Swerve in this match coming up in 3 weeks.
I agree with that. I think he should too. I like them. I like them announcing. I like them announcing matches 3 weeks in advance. It feels like old AEW do with them announcing matches 3 weeks in advance. So I like that. I like they need to keep up. Keep doing that. Keep announcing matches 3 weeks in advance. Announce this match 3 weeks in advance. This match should be built up on the show as the main event. So this match should be built up to the show as main event, especially in Atlanta. You kidding me? Swerve Strickland in Atlanta should be main event. Are you kidding me? Swerve Strickland in Atlanta should be main event. Atlanta is very much a Swerve Strickland city. So, yeah, Swerve Strickland should be headlining best show in Atlanta. But no, I'm liking what they're doing with Hill Ricochet so far. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I thought this was solid. I thought this is solid stuff here with Ricochet. I thought this is solid stuff here. So, yeah, keep
Yeah.
it up. I like what we do with Ricochet. Keep it up.
With what's going on with the current state of AEW, we need something to be interested in. This is definitely it. I would say this is probably at the top of my list for things to be interested in AEW. So, Tony Khan, if you're somehow watching this, keep it up, man. You're doing great with Ricochet and Swerve. Don't fumble it, please. Please. All right. 6-man tag, Mark Briscoe and Private Party versus MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley. The Hurt Syndicate won in about 10 minutes. Shelton Benjamin pinned Mark Quinn. I guess this is setting up the Hurt Syndicate for the tag team titles. Poor Private Party. You cannot convince me otherwise that they were set up to be placeholders for these tag team titles until a tag team like the Hurt Syndicate came around. The Young Bucks wanted to put over Private Party and hand them over the tag team titles, only for them to be placeholders. That just, I don't, they deserve way better than that. There's no tag team division. The trios divisions, it doesn't even exist. It's in rough shape right now, man. But it seems like the Hurt Syndicate's going to beat Private Party, and the Hurt Syndicate they beat Mark Briscoe and Private Party in about 10 minutes. Your thoughts, sir?
I thought this is fine. This felt more like a squash match, to be quite honest with you. Hurt Syndicate just whooped their asses, to be quite honest with you. But I love the Hurt Syndicate. I love the Hurt Syndicate. Look, we need some real. I'm not going to use the word I want to say. I'm not going to use the word I want to say. But we need some real mother. But we need some real mother lovers on Dynamite. And that's what the Hurt Syndicate are, man. They are some real mother lovers. That's what we need, bro. We need some. That's what we need, bro. I ain't left for no bullshit, bro. Yeah, we had people. We had people. Oh God, I love brother. Hurst to get scare me more than the Death Artist. I'm gonna be quite honest with you, bro. If I was backstage in AEW and you told me I had the Death Artist coming after you told me I had the Death Artist coming after me, I wouldn't be scared. If you told me that the Hurt Syndicate was after me, I'd be running away. I want nothing to do with them. I want nothing to do with them, bro. They are some bad motherfuckers. Oh God, I love what they doing with the Hurt Syndicate. I love it. But no, I love what they're doing with the Hurt Syndicate. I love it. But no, I thought this was great. But no, I thought this was a squash, which was kind of weird. Which is kind of weird. I really wish AEW would stop kind of focusing on the old guys as much. Stop making them so I don't stop making them as much of a focus. I don't have an issue with the old guys being on television. I like seeing Shelton Benjamin. I like seeing Bobby. I like seeing MVP on television. I don't mind them, but I wish they wouldn't make them such a big focus. But at this point, the Hurt Syndicate winning the tag team titles might be the best thing for that division. So you know what, just do it. I don't see what the issue is. Why not? I don't see what the issue is. Why not? More Hurt Syndicate on TV means the better. And they need to start selling. Look here, bro. Y'all need to start selling that Hurt Syndicate merchandise, bro. Start pushing it, bro. Because because the Hurt Syndicate is great, bro. And we need more. We need more Hurt Syndicate on TV. We need more. I love the Hurt Syndicate. I love it. So I'm loving what they're doing here.
We
Uh,
need We Hurt People merchandise.
that's what we need. Yeah, we hurt people. We hurt people. God, I love the hurt.
Dude,
I love the Hurt Syndicate.
I would wear that shirt when I'm at the gym. Wearing a shirt that says "We Hurt People." That way, people come walking by, they walk directly away from me. They fear me. But
I don't blame you, but man, we need more of that. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of us, we need Anthony Bones, bro. I need you to beat the shit out of Max Caster already. I need you to. I can see the vision, bro. I don't know if y'all see that vision or not, bro. I can see Max Caster on AEW television in the suit with the Hurt Syndicate, bro. I can see it. I don't know if y'all see it, but I see that vision. We need more. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yes, Lord. All right, go ahead.
I don't see it. I don't see it. The Hurt Syndicate's full of badasses. Max Caster's not a badass.
I said Anthony Bones. I say Max Caster. I said Anthony Bones. I say Max Caster. Max Caster be on the unemployment line for all I care. We
Oh,
need Anthony Bones on television.
you want Bowens in the Hurt Syndicate?
Well, I would love Anthony Bones in her syndicate. You kidding me, boy? I can see Anthony Bones on Dynamite, man. He got on a nice suit, MVP on the top. I can see it now, man. I can see it now. Yes, Lord. Oh, man, I can see it now. Yes, Lord, I can see it.
I can see that vision too. It's way better than Max Caster can go. I don't care about him at all. He's so he's cringe. He's so cringe with his act. Bowens is a stud. But yeah, I mean, the Hurt Syndicate, they are older guys, but I mean, they come off cool in my opinion. The fans like them, and they're a faction. They're a group of people I don't mind seeing on AEW. I know they're going to be a focus, but I personally don't mind them being a focus. Now, someone who I do mind being a focus is Jeff Jarrett. And we're 3 weeks into 2025, and it was 3 weeks in a row that we've had long promos from Jeff Jarrett. And unfortunately, Tony Khan booked a feud between MJF and Jeff Jarrett. What the fuck are we doing? Why?
First off, respect Jeff Jarrett. Respect Jeff Jarrett. Respect the Hall of Fame.
I do.
Okay, as long as we got that clear, we respect Jeff Jarrett. Okay, as long as we get that clear. Nah, I'm in agreement with you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, man. You got the floor.
I was gonna say, well, that's the best we got. That's on Jacob Friedman. 2025 is Jeff Jarrett. Speaking of MJF, maybe it's just me. I'm tired of MJF. I'm kind of tired of him. I'm kind of tired of his guys. I genuinely not enjoy. Maybe it's more on AEW than it is MJF. I have genuinely not enjoyed an MJF feud since Will Ospreay. Like I genuinely have not. It's the same. It's been the same song and dance with MJF since he's been in AEW for the past 5 years.
Let me tell you this. You don't enjoy MJF because the feuds they're putting MJF in blow. They suck. He hasn't had a good feud since Will Ospreay. That's the truth.
That probably is true. But like I look at MJF, what they're doing. First off, it's the same exact shit every week. He comes out, insults. He comes out, insults the. He comes out, insults the city. He comes out, insults the city, insults the crowd, does all that shit. Person he's shooting with, he brings up a dead relative, or a dead friend to get to get that shock, to get the shock heat. It's just, it's just, I mean, it's the same old dog and pony show, but yeah. But also, it probably just is AW. I have not enjoyed an MJF feud since Will Ospreay. Like the Adam Cole feud was one of the worst feuds of. That's one of the worst feuds AW's ever done.
Yep.
The Daniel Garcia feud was good at first, and then it kind of fell off a cliff.
Yep.
And then this shit here. I'm not enjoying what the fuck they're doing here.
I just can't believe this is the best they have for MJF right now. This and Jeff Jarrett's. He's had a great career, but it's going to be his last year. But you can't tell. You're telling me that you don't have a better feud for MJF right now. You know what they should do? Because right now they have MJF feuding with Jeff Jarrett. They have Hangman Page feuding with Christopher Daniels of all people. They should have MJF feud with Hangman Page. Well,
That's
just
a feud. It's a feud
why?
we've never seen before. I love it. Either that or better yet, I got an idea. I got an idea. Why not get MJF involved with this Death Rider shit? And then that, and not why not get MJF involved with this Death Rider shit? Not have MJF try to help AEW because what the fuck does he care about AEW? But have MJF tell John Mox, hey Mox, I want the fucking title, bro. That's what the fuck I want. I want what the fuck I never lost. I want I want what the fuck I had stolen from me because I got injured and what I never should have lost to begin with. I want that shit back. What do you got to do?
Well, then at that point, you should turn MJF face for a feud with the Death Riders, have him win the title, and then turn on the fans the next Dynamite.
Oh
There you
my
go.
god. Another face turn. Another heel and face turn.
There you go. But yeah, he insulted Karen Jarrett. He insulted Karen Jarrett. Then Jeff Jarrett said, I'm 20 steps ahead of you, and you're just a rookie in this business. One hit wonder, all this stuff. MJF talks shit about Jeff Jarrett's best friend, Owen Hart. Jeff Jarrett gets pissed. They got security. Now it appears that this show in Australia they have coming up, I thought was a pay-per-view. Apparently it's not. So I'm like praying, please don't put this match on pay-per-view. So I just hope now a match is obviously going to happen. Let's get the match over with and let's move on.
Put
Please.
it on Grand Slam Australia and get it over with. Put it on Grand Slam Australia and get the fuck over with.
Yes. Please. Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with. Here's a positive. Samoa Joe's back. We had Christian Cage versus Hook. I didn't really care about the match. I do think AEW has a plan for Christian Cage, though. It might not involve winning the world title, but they do have a plan for Christian Cage, I think. But this match ended in a DQ. The Patriarchy hit the ring. Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne to attack Hook. They attacked Shibata, and out came Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe and Christian, I mean, that's a feud I can get behind, I guess. That's not bad. The promo battle between them, that has potential to be good. Any thoughts?
I am so happy Samoa Joe is back. I am so happy he's back. I did not give two shits about this match herself. I was barely paying attention there. Hook is terrible, by the way. Hook is fucking awful. I'm off the Hook bandwagon. I'm off the Hook bandwagon. Hook is awful. I'm sorry. It's been 3 years. The same shit I give Jerry Cargill, I gotta give the Hook. Y'all know me, y'all know I'm not a fan of Jerry Cargill. I had to get that to Hook. I had to get that to Hook. Hook has been in this company for about 3. Has been wrestling matches for about 3 years. The man sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Hook. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Hook. But I'm very happy Samoa Joe is back. Can we get Samoa Joe involved with this Death Rider shit, bro? Could you imagine the promo Samoa Joe could cut on me? Cut on the Death Riders, bro. My God, bro, get Samoa Joe involved in this Death Rider shit is what I said. But I'm happy Samoa Joe's back. I'm very happy Samoa Joe's back. Uh, he was sorely missed. Samoa Joe was sorely missed. So very happy he's back.
Yes, he was. And yeah, I didn't give a I couldn't give two shits about this Christian Cage Hook match at all. I'm just happy Joe's back. Um, I did care about this women's gauntlet match, which I'm a little angry about, man. I feel like they didn't give it enough time. They gave 15 minutes of promo time to Jeff Jarrett, which lasted longer than this gauntlet match. We had 7 women in this match. That's it. Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter, a debuting Megan Bayne, which she looked pretty impressive. Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale, Tony Storm, and Harley Cameron. Those were your participants. The end of the match, uh, it was Harley Cameron who got misted in the face by Julia Hart, and Julia tried to hit her finisher on Harley until Tony Storm came running in there, rolled up Julia Hart, and pinned her. So now she is the #1 contender. She's getting a title match February 15th in Australia, Grand Slam, which, again, it's a TV special. It's going to be on February 15th, 8 o'clock on TNT. Um, I'll let you go first because I got a lot of thoughts on this.
Right. First off, this match felt very, very rushed to me.
Yes.
That MJF and Jeff Jarrett did not need 15 fucking minutes of promo time. You could have gave that shit 5 minutes of promo time and it would have had the same fucking effect. But for the time this lasted, I enjoyed it. The time this lasted, I enjoyed it. Chris Statlander continues to be a highlight for me in AW, even though I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand why they turned their heel and then just immediately turned their back babyface. I don't understand that at all. But I don't understand that at all. But the important thing is Chris Statlander is over. No, but the important thing is Chris Statlander is over, and Chris Statlander continues to impress. So I love Chris Statlander for one. Megan Bayne here was a nice surprise. It feels like Megan Bayne was supposed to have that spot that went to Camille. What the fuck is Camille, by the way? My God, are they having buyer's remorse with Camille already? They just signed her ass to the company. Are
They
they
might
having
have
bum?
they might have future endeavored her. I don't know.
Oh my God. But for the time this lasted, I enjoyed it. The time this lasted, I enjoyed it. Also, Harley Cameron continues to be a highlight for me in the AW Women's division. She is somebody who I legit had no interest in seeing just a couple months ago. But somebody who, when she's on television, I pop. And I'm not even making this up. I went to collision. I'm not even making this up. I went to collision. January 4th, and before Collision, they did the Ring of Honor tapings, and Harley Cameron worked the match on that show. Y'all, I'm not even exaggerating. When I tell you that woman may have got like the third biggest pop of the night, it is crazy. Like, FTR, like the pops went FTR, Adam Cole went rated FTR, pops went rated FTR. Tony Storm got a monster pop. Tony Storm is over. She's
Oh yeah.
restarting the division. And then Harley Cameron for a Ring of Honor television tape and got a pop. That woman got a massive
Oh
pop.
boy.
So Harley Cameron is over. Harley Cameron is over. People are starting to like Harley Cameron, and I like Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron, I think is made a. I think she was the most improved wrestler last year. I think she's made a case for it because the woman not only is she very entertaining, but in the ring she's also improved a lot. And I think she's endeared herself to a lot of people that way. So Harley Cameron is great. So anytime we can see her on television, it's great. Well, Tony Storm wins the casino battle royal, wins the casino gauntlet. He wins the casino gauntlet as she should, and as she should, and with Tony Storm, uh, I've said before. I think what they're doing with Tony Storm is simple. I think this is timeless Tony Storm playing Tony Storm. I think Tony Storm is playing all of us. I think she's playing Mariah May like a fiddle, and now that she's the #1 contender, I think Mariah May's got an ass whooping coming to her. The ass whooping Mariah May gave Tony Storm. I think Tony Storm is going to give that exact same, or at least she should anyway. I think Tony Storm is going to give that exact same beat to Mariah May, either on the Go Home show or in a couple weeks. But I fully expect Tony Storm to give Mariah May the beating of a lifetime, and we have timeless Tony Storm back on television. Because this
All
is
right.
timeless Tony Storm playing Tony Storm. I have no doubt about that.
Hey, man, I'm invested. Tony Storm's awesome. And we give Tony Khan a lot of criticism. He's far from perfect. We all know this. But there's one thing he does consistent is he is a good booker for Tony Storm. I think he's booked Tony Storm very well in her time in AEW. So, but I got three thoughts. Two of them were about this match. Number one, I didn't think this match was good. This match felt super rushed. Um, it didn't get the time it needed. It just felt very clumsy to me. Um, so that's thought number one. I didn't really think this match was good. Number two, um, I don't think Tony Storm should beat Mariah May. Um, I think that this new gimmick just started literally like 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and now she went from being a rookie. Now she's getting a title shot. If they're truly going all in with her being a rookie, first timer, all this stuff, she should have to scratch and claw, fight back from being rock bottom. She should lose this match, fight all the way back, and get another big moment sometime later in the year, possibly at All In. Um, she should not win this title right away from Mariah May. And I think Mariah, for what they've given her, I feel like she's had a good reign as champion. So I wouldn't end it at that show. I don't think she should lose, Mariah May. I think she should beat Tony Storm. And number three, Cam, you're a consistent watcher of AEW, right?
Yep.
How many times do you feel like we see this Casino Gauntlet match?
We've seen it a lot of the past few months.
We see this match way too many times. It's repetitive, and this match should be like literally a once a year match at All In. They should do it for the men's, and they should do it for a women's. They could have it at whatever show they want, but we don't need it across multiple Dynamites a year, multiple pay-per-views a year. It's an awesome match. They had an awesome gauntlet match at All In with the men's. They could probably do better than what they did tonight with the women's, but we see this match way too many times, in my opinion. And it's getting repetitive. We need to see it once a year, and that's it. Because the match works, but we see it way too much. So, any last minute thoughts before we talk about this main event?
For that part, I'm in agreement with Joseph. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The Tony Storm thing, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is gonna be revealed. I'm telling you, it's gonna be revealed. This is timeless. That Tony Storm is full of shit. This is a timeless Tony Storm playing Tony Storm. I'm telling you right now. That is going to be the. I'm telling you right now. That is going to be the thing here. The way I thought they were going to go at it at first, because I didn't really expect, because I didn't expect them to do a casino gauntlet for this. The way I thought they were going to go at first was I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be since Tony Storm is claiming she's a rookie and everything like that. I thought they were going to do the thing where Mariah May takes a liking to Tony Storm, and Mariah May is oblivious to the fact that Tony Storm knows. He is oblivious to the fact that Tony Storm, doesn't really have amnesia and all that shit. So like I thought they were gonna play. So like I thought honestly the way they should have played it up, it was gonna be, Tony Storm, yeah, I got amnesia and all that. And, Mariah May plays into it. And, Mariah May plays into it. And then when Mariah doesn't see it coming, Tony Storm beats the fuck out of Mariah May, like how Mariah May did Tony Storm. And Tony Storm is like, I've been timeless this entire time. I still think that's going to happen. But that's just me. I still think that's gonna happen. I don't think this version of Tony Storm is going to last. I don't think it's long before we go right back to timeless Tony Storm. I think
It,
this is timeless Tony Storm playing Tony Storm. So that's it.
I mean, if that happens, that's going to get a huge pop. So that's going to get a huge pop from the fans if they're in the right city. All right, the main event, AEW World Championship, John Moxley versus Powerhouse Hobbs. At the times I was reading the internet today, a lot of people were saying Powerhouse Hobbs should win the AEW World Championship. These wrestling fans are stupid. That was never gonna happen. But they needed to protect him. I think they did. Moxley took an ass beating in this match. If you saw his chest was beat red. He was bleeding all over the place. Powerhouse Hobbs gave him a beating in this match. He hit him with a spine buster, but he overcame some stuff too in this match. He overcame a briefcase hit to the face, which he kicked out of. He kicked out of a paradigm shift, and he got paid. He passed out from the Bulldog choke. So, out of all the matches with this whole Death Riders storyline, I honestly thought this was the best one. I thought the Fatal 4-Way match at World's End was stink. I thought that match stunk. I hated it. I thought the match at Full Gear with Orange Cassidy was good, but I liked this one better. And yeah, give your thoughts real quick, and then I want to talk a little bit more about Hobbs.
I thought this was. I thought this was I thought this was very enjoyable. Will Hobbs was made to look like a monster here. Will Hobbs was made to look like a monster. If y'all watch Rated M, if I got any Rated M listeners there, y'all know what I call Will Hobbs. I'm not gonna call him that on this channel. Out of respect for Joseph, but y'all know what I call Will Hobbs. Y'all know exactly what I call Will Hobbs. That's exactly what he was in the night, man. That's exactly what he was. Hobbs looked great. John Moxley ear was bleeding. I think it had less to do with the Will Hobbs ass whooping he was getting, and I think Moxley was listening to the what's it called. I think Moxley was listening to the Jeff Jarrett MJF segment, and I think that's why his ear was bleeding. Personally, that's what I like to believe. Personally, that's what I'm going to believe. But this is no. I thought this was great. I thought this was great. No, I thought this was great. I thought this was a great match here. I mean, not great match, but I thought this was a really good match here between Hobbs and Moxley. And Will Hobbs got protected. Will Hobbs was made to look strong in defeat, which I like. He was made to look strong in defeat, which I like. So, yeah.
Now the question is, are they going to follow up with him? That's the
Sadly we got a bullshit 12-man tag on fucking Collision. That got off the fucking rush. So he's gonna be in the title picture for the time soon. I still think the play for Grand Slam is Cope and Moxley. Although at this point I would much rather I would work Will Hobbs in there to try to get a triple threat in there. I would work Hobbs in there to do a triple threat with Hobbs, Mox, and Cope. That's just me personally. I think Will Hobbs should be involved in the world title scene for a little while longer before we move on. Before we move on to Revolution and you get the championship on Will Ospreay, because that is what I think needs to take the championship off John Moxley. Is either Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega, but it's either Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega since Darby Allin is going to climb a fucking mountain. But what's it called? But that's what I do personally. But Will Hobbs here was great, and I hope they do follow up with him. I hope they do. They cannot have the match as good as this one here, and they cannot have this man off TV for weeks at a time. They cannot. Will Hobbs needs to be on television.
That would kill all the momentum he has. That would kill everything. So I don't know. Do you really think Ospreay is going to win the world title at some point this year?
He needs to. I mean, he needs to, which is funny. Every time I glaze Will Ospreay, I get called a Will Ospreay glazer. It is absolutely the funniest thing in the fucking world. But he needs to. He seriously needs to. He's too over not to win the world title.
That's
Like
true.
he's too over not to win the world title. He's gonna get it eventually. And with this Death Rider shit, I would pivot, and the person I would pivot to is either Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay. And if it's either Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay, and to be honest with you, I just put the championship on Will. I just put the championship on Will. Put the championship on Will and just figure it out from there. I don't care if you have a solid plan or not. Put the championship on Will and just figure it the fuck out from there. I'm so serious. So,
Yeah.
John Moxley, he needs to lose this fucking title. He needs to lose this fucking title.
At this point, if Darby Allin is going to be out for months because he wants to go climb Mount Everest, they can't wait until Darby Allin comes back to take the title off John Moxley. That is very disrespectful to the fans who's not enjoying your main event storyline and wants to see something new. You can't have the fans suffer like that. So, obviously, at this point, they're going to do Copeland versus Moxley. It's probably going to happen at Grand Slam. It might happen at Revolution. I don't know. Um, do that match. Moxley's going to beat Copeland. Hopefully they keep Powerhouse Hobbs on television. Have him feud with main event level talents and have him go over in those feuds. And then in like 2 months, 3 months, let's revisit this. And if Hobbs is ready to be the world champion, have Powerhouse Hobbs beat John Moxley. I'm fine with that. That's going to make a new star in Powerhouse Hobbs. But again, the main question is, are they going to consistently keep him on television? Because as good of a match as he had tonight, he had a fucking banger with Takeshita, and he had a really good match with Moxley. And if he's off television for the next couple weeks and they kill all of his momentum, I'm going to be fucking fuming at Tony Khan about this. Because they finally got a big man monster who's over as a babyface. So, I don't know, man. I hope they keep him on TV. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's not that hard, right?
It should not be that hard. It should not be that hard.
Oh man. All right, folks. That is your AEW Dynamite review. I'm Joseph Conlon. Along with me, Cameron Johnson. Cam, where can they follow you on socials?
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Also, subscribe to Rated. Also, subscribe to Rated and Wrestling, where you can find me. You can really find me there every day. Mo works the shit out. Mo's working the shit out of me without paying me, bro. I'm talking. I'm gonna take his ass to HR. He's working the shit out of me without paying me. But I mean, you can catch me there every day if you want. I do the watch alongs with I do watch alongs over there for Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, and NXT with my boy Chris Bell, with my boy Chris. And then every Thursday we come on and we do, and then every Thursday we come on and we do the podcast. Every Thursday we come on and we do a wrestling podcast. So if you're interested in what the fuck I had to say, you can check out Rated and Wrestling for that. You can check out Rated and Wrestling for that. And yeah, follow me on Twitter at Kiro71101.
Excellent stuff. Shout out to everybody at the Rated M podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to them. Now that football season's over, I'm definitely getting back into wrestling content, watching other wrestling content creators. So I for sure will definitely be checking out the Rated M podcast with my guy Cam over there. And then you guys can follow me here on Twitter, Colin_Joseph. We're back every week now, wrestling content. And we're going to be adding Raw and SmackDown to our weekly shows here. We'll be reviewing Raw on Monday nights, SmackDown on Friday nights. We'll be reviewing SmackDown this Friday night coming up. So subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from us. And we will see you on the next video. Have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. Peace.